I've got 6 children. Unfortunately, 3 have had some complex medical issues, which is why I'm here today, to try and raise awareness for that. The conditions that my children have are called PANS and PANDAS. They usually start after a normal childhood infection, and within the space of a couple of weeks, we noticed quite a dramatic change in the child's behaviour, personality, cognition. One of the symptoms that we saw in all 3 of the children was suicidal thoughts. And a lot of people shy away from the word suicide. It can be quite a difficult topic to talk about, especially when it's your child. As a parent, and you're trying to support your child with these severe symptoms, and you're just constantly watching your child suffering every day, of course then it impacts the parents of the children as well. So our mental health declines, and we just feel like there's nowhere to turn.
When I was 20, my uncle died through suicide. He was great, I miss him. He was a big bear of a man. He gave you one of those hugs that felt like all of your bones are breaking, but it was just the best. Talking about your feelings wasn't, not that it was discouraged, but it just wasn't something that we kind of did. And I feel that maybe if we had more of a culture of being open and being able to be approachable with each other, and just there being no judgment about how you're feeling, and maybe we could have changed his outcome. For me, myself, maybe I'd felt more secure in being able to approach family and how I was feeling, that maybe my journey would have been a little bit different.
I used to work for a children's entertainment company, and COVID hit, so that kind of stumped all of that. Got a normal, proper job, and then was bullied out when they found out I was transgender. Pretty hard moment in my life. Lost quite a lot of family and friends because they believed the papers over me. My brother stuck by me throughout all of it though, but it was a pretty difficult time. It has a massive impact on your mental health because your brain's telling you one thing, then you put clothes on and you're like, no, don't fit right, and then you get really bad dysphoria. You kind of want to just shut yourself away, not see anybody, because what you're seeing is different to what's in your head, and it's really hard to get your head round because, like I say, you look in the mirror and you're kind of disgusted by what you see.
My husband was diagnosed with a limiting disease and something that was going to impact our lives forever. And I became a carer for my husband, which changed my relationship dynamics and changed our world. We fought really hard, and then we unfortunately lost a really close friend to suicide. And that impacted very differently on us, but led to my husband having suicidal thoughts and tendencies. And it was really having an impact on me. Once my husband had recovered, my dad became ill to mental health. And again, I was supporting not only my husband, but my dad. And I was crumbling inside in my everyday job and in my personal life. And in 2020, I was found in the darkest moment by police officers who reached out to me and reached out to my darkness and ultimately saved my life.
I think it's very, very important to raise awareness. If you're having the thought or you're going through the difficult time, you think that your problem is going to be solved. But for me, it's the beginning of all the problems. It's very, very important to share your help, support, guidance, whether it be through partnership like Button of Hope. So if we can make a difference to one person's life and save one person, the Holy Quran says, if you save one person's life, it's like save the whole humanity. Regardless of if you're in faith or not faith, it's very important.
I think even in 2025, mental health is still, unfortunately, a stigma to be spoken about.
People tend to shy away from anything to do with anti-suicide campaigns unless they're personally affected.
It's not a secret that we do have a mental health crisis. I think it's so important for anyone in any capacity to be able to break that stigma, to be able to spread awareness and knowledge.
I didn't realise how many people struggled in such a small area.
I've got friends who have lost loved ones to suicide. You know, it can affect anyone. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter, you know, what your social status is or how much money you've got in the bank. Anything can happen at any time, which can cause someone's mental health to decline.
It doesn't always look how you think it would look. You know, someone that is feeling suicidal doesn't look like someone, you know, that's just sat in a corner rocking, crying their eyes out. There are people that are ploughing through day by day and look like they're okay, but they're not.
It needs highlighting a lot more, and you know, something like this is going to give it that gravity behind it to hopefully get people talking and make people a little bit more understanding and show a bit more empathy.
Everyone has mental health. It's exactly the same as you know, like physical health. We all have it. We all need to maintain it, and I think we all need to support each other in that as well, and let people know that if they're struggling more than they see other people, that's okay, but we can help you. We're here.
It's okay not to be okay, and I think that message needs to still be embedded in our community.
I think bringing that back to Scunthorpe will show quite a lot of the Scunthorpe area that there is support out there, there is help.
The message that I want to give is that other families are going through maybe what we did 2 or 3 years ago or 4 years ago. It's really just about giving that little bit of hope that you can, you know, get help. There is hope, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, and children do get better from these conditions if they're managed correctly. In the end, we did manage to get the NHS to fund the correct treatment for the boys, and they're all succeeding and doing really well now. It's a lifelong condition, so they're not ever going to get better as such, but it's managed, and we can manage flares quite easily now.
It is okay not to be okay. You're not alone. You matter. There's a reason why we're here, and you deserve to be here. There is a light in the darkness.
You need to put yourself first above all, and I know that I've made a difference in so many people's lives, but ultimately I'm making a difference in my life too.
It's not always going to be like this. Just try and remember that your best day might not have happened yet.
It's okay to not be okay. I always try to bring light to people's lives, always have done since being small, and it's something my brother's always told me. I want to share to people that, you know, you can still be under things and not be okay, and on the inside be struggling. If you are struggling, speak out, and just because you can be with your friends and you're smiling and happy, check on your friends. Just because they're laughing around like an idiot doesn't mean they're not struggling on the inside.
Dedicating it to my 3 children that have been affected by these conditions, but also on behalf of the whole community, of the Pans Pandas community.
To my uncle, for him, for friends that have struggled with mental health, and just in general for everyone that, you know, feels like they can't speak up about how they feel because they'll be judged, or, you know, they think that it's weak to feel that way. But yeah, for Julian.
To every child, young adult that I've worked with who is disabled, vulnerable, and who has suffered mental health difficulties. I'm also honouring it to my dad and also my husband, but most importantly to myself.
Just to inspire others, if they need any help, that there's a help available. I've got enough hope.
To anybody really, you know, if anyone is struggling at the moment, just reach out, make it comfortable to talk about, because then more people who are struggling are going to more likely to come forward and go, look, I need help, I don't feel very well.
You know, we're here to help people and try to save life, and by talking to somebody, sharing their thoughts, what they're going through, you know, and get the weight off your shoulder.